Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to welcome you to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Daily Recap, where we give you a recap of all of the hot topics that we covered that day. You can catch them in their long format and also catch it fully streaming for free on Apple Podcasts. Let's get into the roast and toast. Let's get into. I'm laughing my ass off. I just got to say it. I'm not holding back. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. I ain't sugarcoating nothing. 3 weeks ago, you had these LeBron James fans twerking it up all over the internet, pouring honey all over people's computers, just basically shaking the table, gyrating all over the place. We could not stop these people. Why were they twerking so much? Well, the reason they were twerking was because the Lakers at that time had gone on a 6-game winning streak. And the LeBron fans were lathered up, sticking to one another with all that honey. And they were just letting it be known how much they love LeBron James. Oh, he the GOAT. He the GOAT. Where Dreamers Pro at? Come outside, son. We looking for you. Come outside. And I was like, okay, you got it, daddy. No problem. Enjoy your moment now. But when the Lakers start playing some real teams, we gonna be looking for you dudes. So what happened? The Lakers went on a 6-game winning streak. Out of five victories that they got were against teams with all losing records. And I told them, I said, let's wait until you guys start playing some real competition. And then that started happening. They played against the Suns. They got their asses was zapped. They played against the Denver Nuggets. They got blown out of the arena. Right? And then they were able to get another win against the San Antonio Spurs. Then Suzette jumped right back outside talking about, come outside, Dreamers Pro, we can't find you. Then what happened? Yesterday, they were slated to play against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And funny enough, I actually watched about 40% of that game. I almost made it all the way to the second half. But then I said to myself, I said, you know what? What's probably going to happen is a few things. Number one, the Lakers are probably going to be tied with them, or they're going to be ahead in the first half, and then they're going to come out there and then get blown off the floor in the second half and somehow find a way to lose. And then I woke up this morning, and to no one's surprise, LeBron James and the Lakers get embarrassed on national TV while LeBron had another fourth quarter collapse. So I woke up this morning and I decided to look at the highlights. And as I was going through the highlights, I saw that the Lakers at various points in that game were trying to make it a competitive game. But every time they tried to make it into a competitive game, LeBron James would find a way to muck up the entire game. Let me tell y'all what LeBron James, the best player on the Lakers, the second best player in the NBA. You know how these LeBron fans be doing it? LeBron went out there and led his entire team in negative plus minus. With minus 12, he did it by himself. The GOAT James, bad GOAT James. You know how LeBron fans be doing. Son went out there in 33 minutes, shot 38% from the field, 0% from the three. He did hit both of his free throws. He had 8 rebounds. He had 6 assists. You're like, wow, okay, he was distributing the ball, but then had a game high. Tied for a team high with 5 turnovers to finish the game with 12 points. And at crucial points in the game, LeBron was out there fumbling and bumbling and cost the Lakers a victory. He just went out there and just basically messed up the entire game. And they lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder. So as we sit here right now, the Lakers are now the number 6 seed in the West. At one point, I think they were the number 3 seed. They were the number 3 seed. And they were looking so good. Oh, the Lakers coming for y'all this season. Y'all better watch out. The Lakers are here. Ha, 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 ha. The Lakers are here. Now, I don't want to put it all on him because Anthony Davis finished that game with 15 points. Dalton Connect Dalton Connect out here looking like the Lakers' second best player. The rookie scored 20 points in that game and hit 6 out of 13 threes. D'Angelo Russell, you can blame him. I'm sure some of your LeBron fans want to. He came off the bench and gave you 17 points off the bench with a positive plus minus. And he hit 4 out of his 9 3-point attempts. So let's look at the Lakers' schedule moving forward. They got their butts whipped by the Oklahoma City Thunder, but they're going to have another stimulus package coming from the NBA because they're going to be playing against the Utah Jazz. Again, it seems like the Lakers have played the Jazz 12 times already this season. So they're going to play the Jazz again, and they're going to most likely win that game. Then they got some real competition coming up. They got the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Miami Heat, the Atlanta Hawks, who've been playing very well. Then they're going to have a soft-ass team in the Trail Blazers. I don't know about the Kings right now. They're going to play them back-to-back. Let me see how the Kings doing this season. The Kings ain't doing a damn thing. So they're probably going to win those 2 games. And LeBron, look at the Lakers' schedule. They got the Trail Blazers, the Kings, the Pistons. Then they play the Warriors and then the Kings again. And then they play the Cavs and then the Trailblazers again. Man, y'all better get it while y'all better get it while it's hot right now. Y'all better compile these wins while you can right now. Because when that schedule flips and they start playing some real teams back to back to back, we gonna see. We gonna see. So the LeBron fans, I'm looking for you dudes. Y'all are, LeBron, LeBron the 7th best player in the NBA? LeBron James is the 7th best player in the NBA. I repeat, LeBron James is the 7th best player in the NBA. He wasn't even the 2nd best player on the court last night. He wasn't even the 2nd best player on the court last night. Coming into this season, these twerking ass, honey pouring, nut gripping LeBron James fans were out there talking about some damn, LeBron James, he the GOAT. He a top 5 player. You even had Suzette, my daughter Suzette, doing shows talking about, what does Luka Doncic do better than LeBron James? I mean, guys, let's think about it. Let's pontificate together. What does Luka Doncic actually do better than LeBron James? Like, I know I got a lot of honey stuck in my neurons, but can somebody explain it to me? LeBron is to go get off the show. LeBron is to go get off the show. LeBron is to go get off the show. We know who this is. They were up there talking about, LeBron gonna do this, LeBron gonna do that. LeBron doesn't have enough help. That's the other one. LeBron doesn't have enough help. And I gotta expose this while we at it. You know, what I find interesting is the following. You got these cornball-ass LeBron fans talking about, what did Michael Jordan do when he was in the Washington Wizards? And you know, I just checked the other day. I was looking at some of the GM rankings. You know, they had Jordan ranked in some of those polls as the 2nd best guard in the NBA at 38 years old. Y'all know that? It was Kobe and Jordan. Jordan was actually in a lot of those GM polls ranked pretty highly. But I want to digress. Well, who would you trust to take a last shot? It was like Kobe and Jordan, a 38-year-old Jordan, right? The bum Jordan. But in the midst of all of this, you LeBron fans up here twerking it up, hollering and screaming all day long. And I'm trying to figure out, do you know you guys' GOAT argument is actually getting weakened this season by how well Anthony Davis is playing? You guys are playing with a player that's being considered for MVP and Defensive Player of the Year award, and he's basically carrying LeBron James this season. Carrying him. Who was a player carrying Michael Jordan on the Wizards? Nobody. Who was a player that carried Michael Jordan in his career? Nobody. Who was a player that led Michael Jordan in the playoffs in scoring? Nobody. Do you know who led LeBron James in scoring in playoffs in his prime? D-Wade, baby. You know the GOAT got carried in the playoffs. Go figure. GOAT, matter of fact, let's celebrate. Let's get the honey out. You know, the honey, shake it up, shake it up. The GOAT got carried in the playoffs in the middle of his prime. Can you even imagine it? But I digress. Speaking of not being able to carry, it looks like JJ Redick himself, you know, the seer, Neo himself, the Oracle, he both of them, is slowly coming to the realization that the Lakers ain't going to be able to win. But LeBron James is the number one option. So as I was going through the internet, I came across a pretty interesting article here from Fadeaway, and it says, JJ Redick explains why Anthony Davis took just 10 shots against the Thunder. It continues on. Anthony Davis took just 10 shots on Friday night against the as the Los Angeles Lakers suffered a 101-93 loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder at Crypto.com Arena. After the game, Lakers head coach JJ Redick was asked what the Thunder had done to limit Davis' attempts in this one and gave them a lot of credit. Clearly, a lot of attention to detail on this game plan around him. To be honest with you, Redick said, just in terms of a lot of the similar actions we run, we had a bunch of different ways to get the ball to him. They're not necessarily one play, and they had prepared well. When he was able to get the ball in his normal spots, just the amount of bodies. But again, the second straight game that a team has done that, and he is a willing passer, Redick continued. Again, 7 assists. He didn't score the ball like he normally scores the ball, but he had an outstanding game. I want to stop the video right there. If Anthony Davis is getting doubled and the defense is keyed in on him to stop him from getting the majority of the shots, what is the defense telling you? The defense is essentially telling you, we're not going to let this guy beat us. So what does that mean? If we're not going to let AD beat us, what are they saying? Well, what they're saying is that he's not going to beat us, so therefore we'll take our chances with the other guys beating us. Who are the other guys? Well, you had the GOAT. The GOAT was out there. LeBron James was out there. And with LeBron James' GOAT status being out there, the Lakers still got their clocks cleaned. Which tells you that the Lakers cannot win a championship with LeBron James as the number one option. Because when they took away AD, someone else needed to step up and carry the load. And guess what happened? LeBron did nothing. As a matter of fact, he had 5 turnovers to go in that game and led the team in negative plus minus with a minus 12. But this the dude that ESPN said is the 7th best player in the world, and I think they had Anthony Davis ranked at 11. This the dude that Kenny Smith said is the 2nd best player in the world because he can do everything. He can do everything. Well, I can't tell. We can't tell. Now, some of y'all are like, why are you going so hard on LeBron? The reason I'm going so hard on LeBron is because of his obnoxious fan base. They deserve it. You cannot pity these dudes. They deserve, because they are obnoxious. Any small thing, man, LeBron the GOAT. LeBron the GOAT. He the GOAT. Any small thing. Kobe could never. Jordan could never. You be seeing Shannon Sharp on TV. I'm just saying, I never saw Michael Jordan. That's all I'm saying. That's all I can tell. Any small thing he does, they be ready to pour the honey all over the computer screen. They already got their jar in their back pocket, ready to let it go. So you got to deal with these guys because they're obnoxious. These guys are people that can't even win graciously, let alone lose graciously. So we looking for you dudes. That's what he's admitting. Because LeBron was the GOAT. They were like, man, he ain't going to beat it. He's just going to be up here stinking up. And that's exactly what he did. So LeBron fans, answer the question. Can the Lakers win a championship with LeBron James as the number one option? My answer is no. I'm going to go with the option no. What are y'all going with? What option y'all rolling with? I'm rolling with no. What you rolling with? I'm rolling with no. These dudes had the nerve to say that this dude is better than Jason Tatum. Really, LeBron better than Jason Tatum. He better than Anthony Edwards. He better than John Morant. He better than John Morant. Kenny Smith said he the second, which means that he thought he better than Luka. He better than Curry. He better than Giannis. LeBron is better than Giannis. But that's what they do. And then them dudes will sit and they'll run around there pouring honey all over their bellies, making videos about, man, LeBron, you know what they said about go James, go James. We not letting up on you dudes. We not letting up. Y'all gonna have to get off the internet. Y'all gonna have to stop commenting. We not letting up because y'all be twerking too much. Y'all twerk too much. Y'all been twerking for 22 years. Y'all don't stop, so we ain't gonna stop. Let's get into what happened last night. So last night was NBA Cup night. bunch of teams were playing. Clippers lost a close game. The Boston Celtics won a close game. There was some pretty entertaining bouts. Ja Morant levitated out of the air last night. Just a bunch of cool things happening. But towards the tail end of the evening, there were the final games, and one of them was between the Los Angeles Lakers and the number 1 seed, Oklahoma City Thunder. If I'm not mistaken, I think they were the number 1 seed going into last night. And yes, they are still the number 1 seed with the Rockets at number 2, right? It's amazing. JJ Redick is a savant. Meanwhile, Ime Udoka has the Rockets as the second best team in the West without an Anthony Davis, without a LeBron James, with no top 10 players, and he's just there. But JJ Redick is a savant. Okay, so anyway, that was the final game, and I ended up watching almost the first half of that game. I went to bed, and I woke up, and to no one's surprise, the Lakers found a way to lose. And LeBron had a total collapse and ended up having 5 turnovers in that game. 5 turnovers with 12 points and had the highest negative plus minus on his entire team with minus 12. LeBron James totally messed up the game. But what's even worse than the fact that LeBron James having 12 turnovers was how LeBron was playing. Earlier this season, we were all saying, man, AD looking like the best player in the world. He looking like he could be an MVP candidate and a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. The reason that was because for the first time in the 7 years that Anthony Davis had been a Los Angeles Laker, this was the first time AD was actually leading the team in shot attempts. For the first 6 seasons, LeBron was actually the one leading the team. But this year, it was different. And the Lakers looked a little bit different. Their offense looked a little bit different. As a matter of fact, it improved. Their offense, it did. But then, over the last few games, LeBron, who just cannot resist the need to stat pad, has looked at his numbers, his averages, and like, man, I got to get my numbers right. Because if this ends up being a bad season, I got to be able to go out there and say, well, I put up my stats. And in the process of doing that, LeBron James showed his selfishness, his complete selfishness last night by just basically shutting out Anthony Davis from the entire game. So let me tell y'all what LeBron did yesterday. Let me tell y'all what he did. In that game, LeBron ended up taking 13 shots. 13 shots. Do you know how many shots Anthony Davis ended up taking? 9. 9. Let me tell you the players that took more shots than Anthony Davis. LeBron James, Dalton Knecht, Austin Reeves, and D'Angelo Russell. All of those guys took more shots than LeBron. Now, why did I say as JJ Redick watches and does nothing? Because we've been hearing that JJ Redick is this amazing coach. Well, folks, I got a news flash for you. Do you know at this point last year with the exact same amount of games, they have the identical record of the Lakers last year under Darvin Ham as they do with JJ Redick? Are you aware of that? Let me give you guys some other information for some of the jigaboos here talking about, oh, JJ Redick, he's so amazing. What he's doing is so amazing. They look so much better. There's another coach in the NBA by the name of Ime Udoka. He's coaching the Houston Rockets. Do you know what their record is? The Houston Rockets have a 14-6 record. They're the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. I'm not hearing anybody talking about the brilliance of Ime Udoka. Why isn't anybody talking about the brilliance of Ime Udoka? And the way he sees the court, he's like Neo. He sees numbers. He doesn't see people. And Ime has the Houston Rockets as the second best team in the Western Conference without the second best player, according to some of you dudes out there, and a player that is being considered for MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. Ime Udoka doesn't even have all of that, and his team is still his team is the second best team in the West. Had that been JJ Redick's team that was they would have said this dude is the next Phil Jackson. They would have been putting up stupid graphics of, let's look at the first 18, 19 games of Phil Jackson's coaching career with the Bulls, and let's look at what JJ Redick is doing. Man, it looks like he's at that. Because you know they just cannot wait to get on their knees and shake it up for JJ Redick. They just can't wait. You got Stephen A. Smith talking about, man, the Lakers look cohesive. They look so much better. Look how. They have the same identical record as they did last year. I pressed Gilbert Arenas about this. Call out J.J. Redick. No, man, we ain't going to call him out until next year. Why are you waiting until next year? You didn't wait for next year when it came to Darvin Ham, but I know why. It's always easy to attack the dude that looks like you. I'm not talking about white people here. This ain't got nothing to do with white people. White people, I am not talking about you. I'm talking about the jigaboos that cannot keep the same energy. I'm talking about them. So J.J. Redick sat back and did nothing. And now it looks like slowly the Lakers are turning into what they've been looking like over the last few seasons, which is basically a team that is put in place to allow LeBron to accumulate stats. And what follows LeBron's stat padding is losing, as usual. As usual. And that's the trajectory that the Lakers are on this season. That's their trajectory. So now what I'm waiting for is to see LeBron's, the pass first guy. The pass first guy, we're waiting to see him correct the offense. I'm also waiting to see J.J. Redick correct this problem. But the one thing the Lakers cannot do is blame Anthony Davis. So you know what's going to happen? The media is not going to blame LeBron James, and they're going to look around because they're not going to blame J.J. Redick as well. So you know what they're going to do? They're going to look for a role player, or they're going to blame the organization for not giving them a better roster. That's what they're going to do. Even though they thought that this dude was going to be Pat Riley coming into the season. They're going to blame the same organization, but then say, oh, man, we expect great things from J.J. Redick this season. And they're going to say, well, they didn't give him a roster. But it's the same roster as last season, so why was I hearing you guys talking about the Lakers needed a better roster then? Huh? Why was I hearing all of that? We know you dudes. You dudes are going to get exposed this season, and I'm going to keep pointing it out until I'm blue in the face with it. I'm going to keep pointing it out, that disgusting, slimy, stinking double standard. It must be exposed. So coming into the season, ESPN, FS1, Bleacher Report, TNT, NBA on TNT, all of these guys were putting out their NBA player rankings, right? All of them are putting out their rankings. ESPN had LeBron James as the 7th best player in the NBA. And to make that list even worse, they had him ranked ahead of Anthony Davis. I want you guys to just ponder on that. And LeBron fans were in the corner just twerking it up all day long. Shaking the tables. The lights were moving. These LeBron fans, they were loving, LeBron James, he in the year 5,000, and he's still one of the best. I'm like, no, he not. But nevertheless, they were twerking it up. Just when you thought the craziness at that time couldn't stop, Kenny Smith decided to jump out of the window during opening night when they were revealing their top, I believe, 10 players in the NBA, or top 20 players. It was his list, Shaq's list, and Charles Barkley's list. And on that night, Kenny Smith decided that he was going to tell everybody in the world that he believed that LeBron, I want you guys, I'm going to say it again. He believed that LeBron James was the second best player in the NBA. The second best, which means that he thought LeBron was better than Giannis. He thought that LeBron was better than Jason Tatum. He thought he was better than Anthony Edwards. He thought he was better than SGA. He thought he was better than Luka. He thought he was better than Anthony Davis. And the list just goes on and on and on. And when he said that, the entire panel looked at him and like, you cannot even be serious. Now, why are we bringing this up? Well, according to Kenny Smith, LeBron is the second best player in the world. But if you look at how he's been playing, he's not even the second. At times, he doesn't even look like the second best player on his own team. So what we want to do is we want to play what he had to say at the beginning of the season. I want you guys to listen to him actually argue his points when Charles and those guys push back on him. And I'm going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to Kenny here.
So Bleacher Report challenged you guys.
Us?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
to rank your top 50 players in the NBA this season. The the current top 50. And so there were some
No, it wasn't.
disagreements. I mean, in terms of
disagreement is not the right word.
No, you're right.
From who?
There were some
We disagree with each other,
differences of opinion.
and that's
Okay.
it's just opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's look at the list.
Hold it. Your full list can be found on Bleacher Report. Wait, did you already show us the QR code? Okay, so that QR code, you were supposed to scan it.
Good job,
so here we
Fiorello.
go. Inside the NBA
Slow
top
down,
50.
Fiorello.
So here are your various rankings on LeBron. Kenny has him number 2.
I have a criteria, that's why.
Shaq,
Yeah, you just
5,
make it up
Chuck
as you go.
11. What was your criteria?
My criteria is
He made it up as he go.
that how many areas of the game can you dominate?
Oh my God.
And you put that he is the second best player in all areas of dominating
Oh,
the
my
game.
God.
So you take those other guys that go under him. Giannis is the best dominating in all areas of the game, from defensively, offensively, rebound, assists, leadership, pace of game. LeBron James is the second best player at doing that.
Nice try though.
Who else is better than him in all categories?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
You didn't rank James
Meantime,
Harden?
I did not.
Oh, you
James
tripping.
Harden,
Wait,
unranked by
what the hell is
Juster.
different between 49 and 50?
Well, you unranked.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, what?
I don't hand out lifetime achievement
Yeah, wait.
awards.
Wait.
But he was in your top 50.
What's the
and
difference between
50?
50?
And he's top 15 for Kenny.
Well,
And you're, and
Kenny
he's
don't know what
unranked.
the hell he talking about.
You don't even have him ranked. That's just
You got it 49.
yeah, but he's in the top 50.
That's wait. I had it 51.
And if you like that
I
one,
know
if you like that one,
I'm not gonna rank. Oh my God.
You didn't have Kawhi Leonard ranked
He didn't play basketball.
only because of injury.
Yes.
Oh, stop it, Chuck. You
Dude,
just,
he ain't played in 3
you
years.
just disrespecting people.
Wait,
now.
he played in 3
he
years.
did play 68 games last year.
Thank you.
And he didn't play in the playoffs.
Yeah, I know.
And so you want me to put him on there this year and he's already out?
No, I'm not saying you had to put him in.
I love
I'm just
Kawhi
saying.
Leonard, but you can't rank him if he's not playing.
Is he a great player or not?
He was,
Thank you. No.
but he ain't played.
Played 68 games last year.
And the best ability is availability.
Spell it.
You see, y'all almost made me curse you out there, man.
Did we have any? Have we had any response on social to what they've seen? Kenny has the most respectable list out of the crew.
It's respectable. I mean, it's opinionated, so we're not going to say it.
Jack and Chuck don't even know.
Oh, here goes Justin. There goes another guy who lived with his parents, sitting around in his drawers, pushing a keyboard. Justin Brosemar.
Justin Roseman, shut the hell up.
Hey, he's got a check mark.
Where's your top 20 NBA players?
I took a pass on this.
Can I ask you a question though? If you said who would be your top 5 players in the league? And
SGA, Giannis, LeBron.
okay.
Those 5.
So I had LeBron at 2, so 5, 2.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, okay.
That's good.
This ain't no lifetime achievement award, boys.
You don't think
Thank you.
you don't think LeBron James can lead his team better, just individually, in every category than anyone else?
The Lakers.
I watched the Olympic
Hold
team.
on.
I watched the Olympic team. Who was the best player on the
Steph
Olympic
Curry.
team? No, he was
Yes,
not.
he was.
Yes, he
For
was.
2
Steph
games.
was.
For
Steph
2
Curry,
games.
yes.
Okay, and that's how they won the gold medal for 2 games.
Hey,
Yes.
hey, let me ask you a
You got to
question.
get to the gold
Hey,
medal.
let me ask you a question.
You got to get to
Stop
it.
it.
What the last 2 years? What were the Lakers?
That's his team. I'm talking about individually.
But he's the leader of the team. We're talking about you. You said that the Lakers been in the play-in. That's not even a thing. That's something Adam Silver made up. Stop it.
The best player on the Olympics this year was LeBron James. If they gave an MVP, it would have been LeBron James.
So you heard what Kenny Smith had to say. I want to read you the stat line from the second best player in the world last night. LeBron in that game versus the Oklahoma City Thunder had 12 points, 5 turnovers, 6 assists, 8 rebounds on 38.5% shooting from the field with a negative plus minus of 12, minus 12. I'm going to read you LeBron's stats this season, and he has been stat padding. Do not get it twisted. LeBron is trying to average a triple-double. And he don't care if his team win or lose. Let's look at LeBron's numbers. 22 a game on 50% shooting from the field, 39% shooting from 3, 75% shooting from the free throw line with 8 rebounds, 9 assists, 4 turnovers a game. 4 turnovers a game and 0.7 steals. I want to give you guys something. a piece of data. This is for Kenny Smith if you're watching this video. This season is LeBron's worst plus-minus season since he's been in the NBA. LeBron's plus-minus on the Lakers this year is negative 4.4. Negative 4.4. At no other time in his career was his negative plus-minus negative 4. At no other point in his career. At no other point, his negative plus-minus was 4.4, minus 4. The person he's playing with that Kenny Smith is saying is better than, AD's averaging 28 a game on 55% shooting, 36% for the three, 78% for the free throw line, with 11.6 rebounds, 3.4 assists, only 2 turnovers, 1.3 steals, 2.1 blocks, and a plus-minus of just negative 1.4. And Kenny Smith said he's better than him. He better than him. So if LeBron is the second best player in the world, why are we not seeing it over these last few games? Since he can do everything, why are we not seeing it? That was a ridiculous take. Kenny was basing his statements on what took place in the Olympics. But the Olympics, that entire Olympics was all about politics. It was all about politics. Hence the reason even Jaylen Brown, the finals MVP, didn't even make it on that team. That should tell you a lot about that team anyway. The finals MVP couldn't make it. Jason Tatum could barely get any minutes on that team. JT could barely get any minutes. Stephen Curry had 2 outer body experiences in those last 2 games. He didn't even win the tournament's MVP. They gave it to LeBron. And Kenny Smith based his opinion on that and brought it into the season. And said, oh, this is the best player, and that was the best player in the tournament. So therefore, he can do everything. So therefore, he's the second best player in the NBA. We ain't seeing it. That was an ass backward take. That was a terrible take. Just wanted to point that out.